Yeah, Ridley definitely something new. I mean, obviously kind of losing that first set in winners finals, he now feels like he has a few games to work with to try and figure this stuff out.
Yeah, I think Tantei. I mean, obviously coming from loser's side, but you know, he'll make the most of a best of 5, working through any potential pockets because he has, you know, 4 very competent characters.
Yeah, definitely a lot of deep pockets, and I think the Ridley so far, just in this initial starting out, working pretty well. Ridley, you know, heavy, so like not the easiest thing for Olimar to kill unless he has a lot of purples on deck, but also the speed against a zoner is really useful, and especially the dash tag reaching so far, it's gonna make it actually pretty easy for him to break through these walls that Olimar does like to put up, and first
already the ledge trap coming in strong. Yeah, I think a key, as you mentioned with dash attack, it's going to be really strong for keeping Olimar in disadvantage, because obviously chances are during disadvantage he's going to have to refresh his Pikmin lineup, and the dash attack is just going to be so clinical for like cooling that out constantly with that ground speed.
Exactly, yeah, it just like increases Ridley's burst range by such a huge amount, and that's really crucial in this kind of matchup. And
and also I imagine the Nair is going to be a very handy tool for just clearing Pikmin off.
Yeah, definitely hitting all around him. It looking like a pretty solid pickle round. Forto as well doing a really good job of killing that purple, and that's always a really important thing in a matchup against Olimar or Ralph. It's getting rid of those purple Pikmin.
This ledge trapping has been really clinical so far. You know, just racking up this percent, building up that lead. Or the roll behind F smash, catching Tom. I think he's calling out Tom for these spot dodges.
Yeah,
you know, using the Nair just to cover pretty much every ledge option you might want to choose out of shields.
Yeah, try for the upside for them, frame trapping the air dodge with another forward tilt. This is looking so strong from Tantei right now in this opening game.
Yeah, QualiT needs to figure something out and quick, or we might just see this sort of rotation between characters. Yeah, who knows?
I mean, this is the thing, right? This is only game 1 of set 1, and this is QualiT's advantage. So if the Belmonts are able to do something important here, then in the next game, then you know we could see the end of Tantei's really pretty quick. But as long as it's doing its job in this game, then maybe that's all Tantei needs.
Using the whistle to get back on the stage. Lost the purple, but he's got another one in the lineup, so it doesn't matter. Not dying to that down throw, but he is still stuck in this corner, and he's really struggling to find like a decent option to get past Ridley, which is not uncommon. Ridley's corner pressure is very strong.
Yeah, definitely. The F2, as we saw just then, is just so good at poking, and it's just so hard to kind of break through that.
Yeah, just sort of catching Olimar stuck in that corner with no real burst options to get out of there. Ooh, threatening the down air.
You love to see the up B. The downwards up B is a very powerful spike, and he can still grab the ledge afterwards, which is
just the fear that it creates, you know. Tantei's got a stock in hand. He's obviously recognised that he's got room to play with, and he's not afraid to sort of threaten those options.
Yeah, definitely, but still playing safe enough and still keeping this really strong advantage. And like we said there, the Nair just taking out the white Pikmin, not able to get any extra damage, is QualiT. And he gets
not quite going to take it there with the jab reset, but now he gets to play his corner pressure, not finding the 2 frame with the buffer down air. And again, this is where Ridley's airspeed might let him down, because you know as long as Tom can cover those jumps, he's probably going to do quite well at keeping Ridley in the corner. That being said, resetting to neutral, WaveSmash sending Ridley off stage once again.
Yeah, and it's still, you know, Ridley isn't like a super heavyweight. You know, in the game he's just not that heavy.
Yeah.
But he's heavy enough. He's heavy enough that most of Olimar's stuff isn't killing. Obviously, that blue Pikmin going to do a lot of work in this case. But you know, in general, kind of QualiT has in this game just been struggling to kind of take the stocks.
Yeah, it's all to do with whether he can pick his moments. Olimar maybe, unless he's got like really good strong Pikmin on the lineup, he's not really going to kill off stray hits as often, especially since Tantei isn't jumping in like into those F smashes. He's playing very sort of safe, and he's using his grounded speed very well. Once again, QualiT after that F smash struggling to find his way back from the ledge.
Yeah, this ledge pressure from Tantei is so good. You can see how comfortable he's feeling with all these F smashes.
2 blues on the lineup though, that's big damage from those throws.
And yeah, Tantei is going with the grab
here. Kill, but again, he's really working with this corner pressure at the end of this game 1.
Suddenly this game has evened up when we now have the purple Pikmin on the lineup and the blue. This is going to be very scary for Tantei in a second.
And now we're going to see the patience exactly. Tantei's going to have to play so carefully getting out of this corner.
Oh, well, the blue and the purple are actually now gone. I think blue will be the next one to be plucked. But the spot fire,
smash. Good awareness, knowing what Tantei was looking for in that last hit situation. A big gambit with the spot dodges. He'd been doing them quite a lot actually in the previous set as well in this set, and Tantei's actually killed him for one earlier that game. But confidence in what he was looking for, and he took that game 1.
Yeah, and from what I can hear, it didn't sound like a character switch. I think we'll be staying.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see what we get.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think the Ridley was playing really well. That whole match, to be honest, was just corner pressure on both sides, really.
It was definitely like they're both characters who are very good at keeping the other in disadvantage.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's what we're seeing a lot of him.
Yeah, I think Ridley's size in general is obviously going to cater to pretty much everyone's advantage. But Olimar's sort of lack of speed makes him quite weak coming out of the corner.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think Tantei did a really good job of keeping him there.
Absolutely.
But again, QualiT with his own corner pressure was able to even that game up going into the last stop.
And the problem is we were kind of saying like at the start of that game about how much of an advantage Tantei has and how we felt like this matchup looked really solid for him, but he did manage to drop that game, and so even if he does win this one, he's still kind of it's 1-1 in terms of the set. In terms of that this is a grand finals and he needs a reset. He's still at kind of a disadvantage here. He really needed to win that one.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if after that game, if either player has sort of moved towards a more refreshed game plan. Maybe QualiT's going to be more confident and he's going to find some earlier kills that we know Alf can find.
And the thing about QualiT is he's a very adaptive player. It's the first game with him oftentimes isn't the most important one. It's the second and the third games where he really shines and kind of shows himself.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's what you see from all these, I'm sure you see it as well with Tantei when he comes in, these top players that are winning these locals, they're not just doing it with one solid game plan. That down smash at ledge is going to take the stock there.
Yeah, speaking of adaptation, we've got an immediate jump from QualiT, exchanging stocks, definitely looking a lot different from the start of game one, a lot more even.
Yeah, a bit more explosive as well in the corner, both players finding those strong kill options on their opponent in the corner, and here we're seeing exactly what we suspected. Olimar has lost these Pikmin and now he's got to find a moment to pull them. He does manage to get a yellow out and he seems to be pretty much set up now, but again, this F-tilt is just dealing with these Pikmin so well.
Yeah, and he didn't have his Pikmin there actually to get the down smash hit. The move just kind of didn't work.
Yeah, unfortunate.
He lost the white Pikmin as well somewhere along the way, so that's going to be a lot of damage that he could have been making up. Not quite going to get it now.
Yeah. And again, we saw there that Nair is just so good at sort of beating out any intention of throwing Pikmin. Such a strong move for Ridley. It's so pivotal. And then we're seeing that dash attack you mentioned.
I've seen the dash attack. Yeah, just kind of breaking through the burst range of Olimar. And yeah, managed to put him off stage. And now back in the corner, but going for the command grab.
Anxious option in the corner, and so now we're going to see QualiT get to play his ledge trapping, and we wouldn't be surprised if we found a kill from this. Sort of playing to hold center, and actually gets reversal with the back air jumping over him. Really good awareness.
Yeah, QualiT was kind of punishing before those kind of straight jumps up, and so there we saw Tantei actually going for the forward jumps.
Yeah.
Thinking that QualiT would then cover the ground, thinking that Tantei would adapt. So kind of like the third layer of what he thinks I'm going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Caught him sleeping, not really recognising the jump as a threat because it hadn't been previously, and Tantei is ready to capitalise on that. That might be a blue grab. There we go. We're going into an almost even game here on this second game on FD.
Yes.
No, I say almost even because of that's exactly Olimar with 3 hits does 60%. He can just rack up so much damage.
So much damage off of just an up smash, but Ridley can also deal just as much damage as we know, and also can kill a lot earlier.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah, we've already seen Tantei not afraid to throw out those down smashes, up smashes, and even forward smashes in the corner. And there we're seeing one just there, the up smash catching the landing.
And there it is, the up smash coming out, getting actually the forward hitbox of the up smash. So there we go, 1-1, Tantei with the game. This is what we thought it would be last game, with Tantei taking it, but
Yeah, Tom did good to close out that first game, to be fair, but that sort of Tantei finding that last stock in a way we wouldn't expect, especially on FD.
Yeah.
Ridley up smash is just going to be a constant threat as soon as Alf jumps, which Alf has to do to get out the corner at the end of the day.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. So Tom is making he's changing his controls. Yeah, so this means he's going to switch off of the Alf.
Okay.
Yeah. See, this is why we normally tell him to make 2 control schemes.
That would make a lot more sense. Yeah. That would.
Clearly, he hasn't taken my advice. He'd rather waste everyone's time even more by changing his controls.
Not only does he play like 3 of the most campiest characters in the game, he then also takes the time to change his controls mid-set.
One of the worst things I saw was when he went to Nexus before WaveSmash. He in winners finals he had played a game of Alf to beat an Inkling player solid.
Yeah.
and he changed his controls to do so, and then going into Grands he switched back to Simon but forgot to change his controls, and he won that game 1, and obviously Trundle was sat there sort of thinking, oh, you know, what can I do to adapt, what can I do better, and then Tom sits there and goes, oh, I had the wrong controls, look at me. It's like the mental defeat I would have if I lost to someone on the wrong control scheme.
Someone who is using the wrong controls, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But we're actually seeing the double switch come out here, the Sephiroth from Tantei and the Simon from QualiT, and keep in mind that Tantei won that game, so Tantei declared his switch first, which then prompted QualiT to change.
Or I'm sure he recognised that Tom was, I mean, I don't know, maybe he wasn't feeling the Ridley, because they were close games both times, but maybe just wanting to try something different, or knowing that Tom wasn't feeling good on the Alpha and just wanting to try something new.
Yeah, definitely, and we know that we have seen Tantei's Sephiroth at Kargo a lot, and it's definitely a very strong character, but QualiT's Simon is his character, his absolute strongest character. This will be Mewtwo from Tantei.
I think Wing is going to be a really good tool for just giving that extra jump, and that speed is going to help Tantei get out of the corner, which obviously is crucial in this matchup. But getting caught jumping back to centre with that up air there, that is going to take a stop.
And the important thing to remember about Sephiroth is he is actually a very light character, kind of similar to Mewtwo. Big body but very light, and so for Simon, a character with so much kill potential, especially with the ends of the whip, that's going to be really hard for Tantei to deal with, and it'll be interesting to see how he does.
Yeah, I think that's very, very accurate description. We're also going to see a lot of contention at the ledge there, getting that kill with the Holy Fire to Holy Water to F-Smash.
Yeah, no, Tantei kind of tapping his shield button there. I wonder if he did want to roll, but maybe kind of got the misinput, the buffer, the neutral got up by accident.
Perhaps, yeah. It's not unlikely,
Yeah, it's always kind of frustrating, especially against this kind of matchup where you if you have a chance to get off the ledge, you have to take it. Then misinputting in that situation is hard. So let's hope it doesn't affect his mentality too much.
Yeah, it can be so mentally draining against the Belmonts to spot your gap, to spot your opportunity to escape the ledge, and then to mess up the potential escape option, and then you're back on the ledge, you're taking 30% more, or even losing your stock, as we saw there for Tantei.
Exactly. And Tom out here with the down air. I really think we're going to see the up B there. Yeah, so Tantei does start this new stock on QualiT with Wing, which means it is going to be his last Wing of the game, so we're going to have to see exactly what he can do without it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, again, using that forward air jump to sort of negotiate around that ledge pressure. You know, Sephiroth has a decent sort of amount of mix-up on the ledge, you know, one of those characters that can put a semi-plank, but again, you know, you're just getting stuck in this corner against Belmonts, and Tom is just getting all this damage, and, you know, you're going to have to find a way out eventually if you want to win this game.
Yeah, good jump to get out of there, but the double up air,
and
take it.
There we see it again, the triple jumps back to centre to try and sort of anxiously bypass that ledge trap, and Tom is just ready to confirm with a couple of up airs there. I think he was even surprised he found the confirm with weak up air into strong up air, but
it's hard. It's looking just rough for Tantei. I think the Mewtwo could definitely be a pick here. I think so too. It definitely could be the pick because he has the character advantage now.
Exactly. He's going to have QualiT locked on that Simon. We assume he's not going to switch back preemptively. You know, he's happy with how that game went. Although Tantei might have faith in his ability to sort of to adapt to that, but that looks pretty conclusive from Tom, and yeah, we are going to see the Mewtwo. This is the matchup we're expecting to see. You know, the two players' most confident characters.
Yeah, so here we go. The main coming out. The Mewtwo is out here. Reflector. His own projectile to actually counteract Simon's projectiles. Let's see what he can do with it. Almost taking QualiT off stage there.
Tantei taking risks early, going for a double forward there to try and snipe the jump, recognising that if you can just get out there and hit the Belmonts, you can just take their stock at silly early percent.
Yeah, we couldn't really see it last game because Tantei was obviously mostly in disadvantage last game, but yeah, that off stage against the Belmonts is going to be super crucial there. Especially with like the long-lasting Nair on Mewtwo. I hope we can kind of see some of that to try and take out these Belmonts early.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know QualiT's going to get so much mileage at this ledge. So when you are in neutral and or even in advantage and you're not stuck at this ledge, you need to be making the most of it. But QualiT here just keeping Tantei, even with it, he's caught onto those up Bs back on the stage now. They were really working for Tantei in the first set in winners finals. He was really sort of sneaking past, and then we see it there again. Yeah, you know, it still has that merit.
Yeah, that was a really nice kind of comeback section from QualiT, but don't ever count out Tantei.
Really nice
is never out
there. Yeah, that was really clean, sort of baiting, but just catching him with that forward
speaking
air.
of never out of range are you from that forward air? It's so big.
So true. That move is quite big.
Yeah, as it turns out. Yeah, here we go, getting into the second stock, back to an even game, and back to neutral. I really don't know how this is going to go. It looks like QualiT has done such a good job of adapting, especially from the first set against this Mewtwo. So Tantei is going to have to play out of his mind to stay in this grand final set and not drop the tournament.
We're seeing QualiT pull the trigger on a lot of these up Bs, and that's because realistically, when you're suffocating Simon, that is his go-to option. He doesn't really have a lot of, he maybe has his Nair, but other than that, he's only got that up B. So QualiT has to be careful that he doesn't sort of preemptively pull the trigger on that, because Mewtwo has some ridiculously early kill power with that down smash or even a disable,
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we're kind of seeing a repeat here of the first stock where we're seeing pretty good lead coming out from Tantei early on.
Yeah, Tantei's really catching on to the timings of Tom's defensive habits, calling out these spot dodges in the corner when Tom is sort of up against his shield, jumping straight over that with the forward airing, and that's the stop. Tantei with a comfortable lead now.
I love that, just kind of hard reading that something would be coming out there, chopping over it, just slicing him with the forward air, but it's really important here to stay careful. We saw this in the first stock, just kind of losing it immediately after he lost his own. And yep, off stage. And a down air! You'd love to see it. There it is.
Really well played by Tantei there.
Tantei yelled something there. I have no idea what he said, but
I think he's just gassing himself up, recognising that he's in this, he can do this.
Yeah,
and he just
not over yet.
Sometimes you just need to give yourself that that push.
2-2. 2-2, and we're going back to the controls menu. But that was switch back to the Olimar controls. You could have just made a new one before the set. It would have been so easy.
Yeah, maybe not anticipating the need to switch and being shown up for that.
Amazing. Yeah. There we go. Back to Smash Stick, so we can flick those Pikmin in the direction that he wants them to go.
It's always interesting seeing matchups like this, where it's a best of 5 and both players have these deep pockets. We see it quite a lot. We've got a few of our own. Serenity at Southampton often likes to switch, and you get these matchups where people are sort of rotating through favourable matchups every single game.
It's definitely an interesting dynamic, because it's like the more characters you play, kind of the less skilled you should be in kind of all of them,
In theory,
yeah. But we're kind of seeing here from Tom, kind of the master of all of them here.
Yeah,
and the same from Tantei, actually.
Yeah, I think both players have their sort of fundamental game plan, and they've both done a very good job at applying that to a range of characters. Tantei is very good at playing those sort of not these characters that have that one sort of reliable projectile and have the ability to sort of hold back, and Tom as well, really good at playing these sort of slow methodical zoners.
Yeah, Tantei definitely kind of likes running away and covering a lot of space. That kind of forcing you to come to him, but I think Tom actually kind of has a lot of the same play style. So
exactly.
Kind of two heads butting it here and just kind of executing them in slightly different ways. But Tantei showing out here with these combos, getting a lot of damage early on, but so does Olimar. Yeah. That yellow forward dealing so much damage. And the Pikmin with the betrayal actually gets reflected, kind of smashing Alpha in the face instead.
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't think that'll play as big of a, as long as Tom is careful at pulling the trigger on those smash attacks. It shouldn't play too much of a role in this matchup.
The smash attacks are definitely the problem, because if they do latch on to if they
DIing in on that down throw,
if they do latch onto Alpha, he can use the whistle and then it immediately go away.
Yeah, that is true.
But with the smash attacks, if they get reflected, then
especially with a stronger Pikmin, you're just going to die so early.
I genuinely wonder how early purple up smash
would dread to
kill
think.
if it's reflected.
As someone who wants QualiT to win this set, I dread to think.
Well, as someone who wants Tantei to win this set,
let's find out.
Let's find out.
Missing the parry on that Shadow Ball there.
Attempting the parry there and taking some unnecessary damage for it. Tantei just missing the downward forward smash.
That's hard for Tantei. I think he had the read on what Tom wanted, but it's just slightly missed. Maybe Tom mixed up his timing, I'm not sure. But
and wow, another down air. There we go. Yeah. Coming out from Tantei. We saw a couple of teabags in there. Let's hope he's feeling confident and not getting too emotional about this. Kind of needs to keep a straight head.
Yeah, you see it with a few players. They can sort of get ahead of themselves maybe mentally, or they sort of not give up, but sort of lose faith. But it's good to see Tantei, at the end of that last game, gassing himself up, saying, I can do this, I can beat this guy. And he absolutely can. We're
seeing it. Yeah, a lot of damage taken up, but as we know about the Olimar characters, that a lead is never strong.
No, we've already seen it this set once. Just 3 good hits can lead to 60%.
That's what you need. That is absolutely all you need. But Tantei kind of just staying back here. He doesn't want to approach, he doesn't want to commit.
Yeah.
He's willing to just kind of chill back and just charge his Shadow Ball, get his reflections.
He's working with the leads, rolling behind and finding a down smash. Tom may be caught up in his flowchart there, not quite recognising the situation when it was right in front of him.
Yeah, QualiT just not really managing to find his way in and get his damage, but yeah, he finds
As
it
we
there.
say that, yeah.
Suddenly the sensor even. How did that happen?
Yeah, well, the S-Smash sending Tantei off stage, caught in this ledge. Good mix-up from ledge there.
Yeah, I love that instant double jump to kind of get the sliding forward air.
Yeah,
Love to see that.
And also it's a good situation because even if you whiff the forward air, it's shielded. You're going to be sort of escaping naturally with the momentum from that double jump. That back air in the corner is going to take QualiT onto his last stock.
The last stock before the reset, yeah, and keep in mind, like, this is such a stressful situation because we've seen these character switches, we've seen how these guys can go so even with each other, and yet if Tantei drops this one game, then, or if he wins this one game, he still has to play another set of all of this.
Yeah, the mental fortitude required just to win a tournament through loser side grands, let alone in this sort of character setup, it's so draining. And if he can win this, he should be so happy with his mental fortitude. But we're going on to the last stop here now.
You have to get there first, and as we've said, this lead is fragile at best. That down throw
and there's the damage
smash.
we've been talking about, even percent straight off that. Tantei going for a read on the air dodge there, not quite finding the kill.
Yeah, QualiT definitely wants to pull everything out of the bag here. If he can win this game, then the tournament is his, but Tantei doesn't want to go without a fight getting into the ledge here.
He'll want to finish it here, you know absolutely he's wanting to finish it here.
Yeah, but with that purple there passing away, then it's going to get a little bit harder. We've got the white for some more damage and the blue for some throws, but
yeah, good
we
damage.
want that purple back.
Not finding the 2-frame, Tantei sort of getting stuck in this corner here. He's got to choose carefully or he could be out of this tournament.
Yeah, it's looking so close.
grab.
Was that a blue grab? No, it was the... I think it was a blue grab, actually. But
I think maybe not having faith in the kill, looking for the 2-frame. The teleport.
Oh, that could have been close.
He has to be so careful now. This blue is online. 2 of them.
2 blues.
As it
Yes, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, Southampton! I can get up here now! Go up here now! I love you! Let's go, Southampton! Portsmouth free!
Oh, okay. Fighting words there.
Very,
I don't associate with that statement. I'm a Fibolo tour.